You've earned your scars this year. Now it's time to reset, not retreat. The end of 2025 isn't just a date on the calendar. It's a strategic checkpoint. You've pushed, you've ground it out, and you've collected the wins and the wounds that come with the fight. But the battle for 2026 doesn't start on January 1st. It starts now, in the quiet moments of reflection and deliberate recovery. This isn't about taking your foot off the gas. It's about a pit stop to refuel, retune, and re-strategize. You're not quitting, you're reloading. This is the season of the strategic pause, the tactical year-end reset. We live in a culture that glorifies the non-stop hustle, the relentless grind. We see icons of discipline like David Goggins, and we think the only path forward is to stay hard, to never stop running, to never show a crack in the armor. And there is immense power in that mindset, in knowing you can push past any perceived limit. But even Goggins talks about the importance of stretching, of recovery, of taking care of the machine. The non-stop grind, without intelligent rest, leads to burnout, not victory. It leads to injury, not improvement. This period, this transition into a new year, is your opportunity to implement the other side of the discipline coin, the discipline of recovery. Think of it as the ultimate act of self-ownership. Taking this time to reset isn't a sign of weakness, it's a declaration of intent. It's you, looking at the battlefield of the past year, assessing the damage, and making the cold, calculated decision to rebuild your fortress before the next campaign begins. It's about being smart enough to know that a dull axe requires more swings. This is your time to sharpen the axe. This is where you separate yourself from the amateurs who will burn out by February. You are preparing for the long war, not just the first battle of the new year. True American motivation isn't just about explosive force. It's about sustained power, the kind that outlasts and outwits the competition. The great paradox of peak performance is that rest is a critical component of work. Jocko Willink, a man who embodies discipline, consistently hammers this point home. Rest is part of the mission. It's not a reward for the mission. It is an integral, non-negotiable component of it. A soldier doesn't just clean his weapon after a firefight because it looks good. He does it because a fouled weapon will fail him in the next engagement. Your body, your mind, your spirit, these are your primary weapons. The past year has put them through hell. Now is the time for maintenance. Ignoring this phase is like a fighter skipping camp before a title fight. It's not tough, it's foolish. This isn't about a 2-week vacation where you let everything slide. This is active recovery. It's the discipline to sleep 8 hours. It's the discipline to foam roll, to stretch, to address the nagging pains you've been ignoring. It's the discipline to eat clean, whole foods that fuel repair, not just temporary energy. This is the grunt work that happens behind the scenes, the unsexy part of the highlight reel that makes all the glorious moments possible. The gym motivation that gets you fired up in January will fade if you're building on a broken foundation. Right now, you're pouring the concrete for 2026. Make it solid. Make it unshakable. Let's talk about that physical rebuild. Your body has been under siege. The heavy lifts, the long runs, the grueling workouts, they've left their mark. You might have aches in your joints, tightness in your muscles, a general feeling of being run down. Now is not the time to push for a new 1-rep max. It's time to pull back on the intensity and increase the focus on mobility, stability, and corrective exercises. Go lighter, perfect your form, work on the small, stabilizing muscles you've neglected. This is your chance to heal the micro-trauma, to reduce inflammation and to build a more resilient physical machine. Think of your fitness as a pyramid. The peak is your performance, your strength, your speed, your endurance. But the base of that pyramid is your movement quality, your joint health, and your recovery capacity. Most people spend all their time trying to build the peak higher, while their base is crumbling. This year-end reset is your chance to widen and solidify that base. When you return to high-intensity training, you'll do so from a position of structural integrity. You won't just be stronger, you'll be harder to break. That is the essence of a consistency mindset. You're not just training for next week, you're training for next decade. This is how you ensure your fitness journey is a long and successful one, not a short, explosive flame out. But the physical is only half the battle. Your mind has been in the trenches right alongside your body. It has absorbed every stress, every failure, every doubt. Mental recovery is arguably even more crucial than physical. The constant pressure to perform, to achieve, to be on 24/7 creates a level of cognitive fatigue that dulls your edge. You need to give your mind a chance to defragment, to clear out the corrupted files and reboot the system. This means intentionally disconnecting. It means spending time in silence, without the constant barrage of notifications, emails, and social media feeds. This is where you practice the discipline of stillness. It's harder than any workout. Sit with your thoughts, reflect on the year. What worked? What didn't? Where did you follow your principles? And where did you deviate? Don't judge, just observe. This process of mental categorization is essential. It's how you learn from your mistakes and solidify your wins. It's how you recalibrate your internal compass. The Goggins mindset teaches us to callous the mind against pain, but a reset allows you to process that pain and turn it into fuel, not just scar tissue. It's the difference between a hardened warrior and a shell-shocked soldier. One is effective, the other is just damaged. Use this time to process, to heal, and to fortify your mental resolve for the year to come. With a rested body and a clear mind, you can begin the work of preparation. The new year, 2026, is not a vague concept. It's a target, and you don't hit targets by accident. This is where you transition from reflection to planning. Get out a notebook and write down your objectives. Be specific. Don't just say get in shape. Say deadlift 405 pounds by June or run a sub 20-minute 5,000 by September. Don't just say be better. Define what better means in concrete, actionable terms. This is your operational plan for self-improvement. Break down your big goals into quarterly, monthly, and weekly targets. What habits do you need to build? What systems do you need to put in place to ensure consistency? This is the discipline of planning. A goal without a plan is just a wish. A wish won't get you through the days when motivation is zero. But a plan, a system, a disciplined schedule that will carry you. You're not just hoping for a better year, you're engineering it. This is the American way. Not just dreaming big, but building the framework to make that dream a reality. You are the architect of your own life. Draw the blueprint now, before the chaos of the new year begins. This entire process, the physical rebuild, the mental recovery, and the strategic planning is built on the foundation of a consistency mindset. Motivation is a flicker. Discipline is a forge. Motivation will get you started. A consistent, disciplined approach is what will get you to the finish line and beyond. You must accept that there will be days you don't want to do it. There will be days you feel tired, sore, and uninspired. A consistency mindset means you show up anyway. You do the work. Not because you feel like it, but because you are committed to the plan you laid out. This is the core of self-motivation. It's not about waiting for a lightning bolt of inspiration. It's about creating your own power, day in and day out, through small, repeated actions. Every workout you complete when you'd rather be on the couch. Every healthy meal you choose over junk. Every morning you get up on time. These are votes you cast for the person you want to become. During this reset, you are not just resting, you are recommitting to this process. You are reminding yourself of your why. You are reinforcing the identity of someone who follows through, someone who honors the promises they make to themselves. The finish line isn't the end. It's a signal for evolution. This past year was just one lap. Now you take what you've learned, you repair the machine, and you prepare for the next. The reset is not a pause in your journey of self-improvement. It is an acceleration of it. It's the moment you get smarter, more strategic, and more deliberate in your pursuit of excellence. This isn't about a new year, new you. It's about a new year, better you, stronger, sharper, and more resilient. Rest, reflect, then reload. You're not done. You're just getting smarter.